My name is Lena. I'm from Chernihiv. I wanted to write you a gratitude letter. The situation in which me and my mother, found ourselves was a great opportunity to see and feel the changes and transformations that have taken place in us over these 2 years in oneness. We have something to compare because this is not our first war. It already happened in 2014. Certainly not on such a scale and not with such losses. But that's not the focus right now. The main thing is that I remember very well how I experienced that year, what terrible feelings I felt. I was torn apart by emotions. I screamed in pain and injustice. I was furious. I wanted to bang my head against the wall. I wanted to take a machine gun and go shoot all the enemies. The way it happened now is a completely different state. Despite the fact that then we only watched everything from the TV screen, and now we were in the middle of the fighting. It was a very interesting, unexpected, and amazing experience. From the very beginning, I had the opportunity to leave, but I didn't do it because I had a feeling that this is exactly the place where I should be. I understood and felt that this experience that I have to go through will be very important for me, my future life, my social and charitable projects that I plan to implement. I want to share some of the feelings and miracles that happened to us. Most of the time, despite all the events, we felt good, sometimes very good. We felt calm and peaceful inside. We felt safe, rarely felt fear. Even when the shelling did not stop all day and the rockets flew over us. At these moments, we could sit in a room, drink tea, joke, and laugh. Sometimes fear appeared at night when there were air raids and bombs were being dropped on us. But as soon as the planes flew away, the fear also left. And what is most interesting is that even at the moment when there was fear, there was a parallel feeling that we were safe. It was very unusual. We were not upset by the difficulties that arose. We had no electricity, no candles, no flashlight. There was no water. All the shops in the city were closed, and only several supermarkets remained open. And the shelves in the supermarkets were almost empty. We had to stand in queues for several hours. For water, we walked several kilometers, and once we even stood in queues for 7 hours. Yes, we were tired physically, but psychologically it was easy. Sometimes I even found joy in this. I love to read. I took a book and read while standing in line. This time passed effectively and even with a little pleasure. Before going hunting for food, we prayed that we would be able to buy everything we needed, and it always happened. In most cases, everything worked out so that we did not have to stand in long queues, and we were able to buy products at a normal price. Everything was very synchronistic, and it was so visible and obvious. We were at the right time in the right place and relatively quickly got what we needed. There were cases when we received help in places where it was not given to others. Then we took more food and shared it with other people. Small miracles happen to us all the time, but the most striking thing is that we managed to get to the meeting of the 74,000 yajna with Sri Bhagwan. Not completely, but we managed to listen to the second part of the answers to questions and chants. I will briefly tell you how it happened. The day before the process, I went to our neighbors to return their wheelbarrow in which we carried water. I went into their yard and did not close the door. A few minutes later, soldiers ran into the yard after me. They were looking for a place where other soldiers were waiting for them. I explained how to get there, and they ran. I stood for another 5 minutes with a neighbor, and when I was ready to go home, I thought I should go and make sure that our soldiers got back to the place they needed. On the way there, I met them. They were just coming back. They were very happy that I showed such concern for them. We started talking, and I said we had no electricity for 2 weeks, and we don't even know in other cities how things are going. They said they can recharge our phones and even a laptop. I was in the right place at the right moment. Again, if I had not gone to my neighbor's 10 minutes earlier, or if I had gone 10 minutes later, we would not have met. My joy knew no bounds. Also, I want to say one more very important thing. I do not feel like a victim. I do not feel anger, hatred, and condemnation. I have no struggle. I don't blame anyone for anything. I have no desire to prove that someone is right and someone is wrong. I have no fanatical feeling that justice must prevail. When I read about those terrible things that people from other cities have experienced and are experiencing, I feel love and compassion. I have tears in my eyes, but there is no pain. When I read about raped women and children, I get a bad thought about those who did it, and I get a little angry, but it quickly disappears. And after a few seconds, I'm back to normal. I want to hug everyone, including Russians. I think a lot about the bright future that awaits us and what exactly I can do to hasten its arrival. Every day I give Diksha so that the hearts of all people on the planet awaken to unity, love, and compassion. I pray that we will see the truth and that peace will come to the people's souls. I share with my friends my experience of transformations, but they don't understand it at all. They don't understand how I can be so calm, positive, and why I don't have hatred. I also continue to work on myself, do sadhanas, and work on projects, the goal of which is the same as the Oneness University, to help people free themselves from suffering and live a happier and more fulfilling life. My heartfelt gratitude to Sri Amma Bhagwan.